Why, hello everybody. Welcome back to the DFW. Welcome to the Parks Mall at Arlington, or as Kayla and I call it, the Parks at Arlington, but you could call it whatever you want, really. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm really excited to share this video with you, even though it's almost a year old now since I filmed this, but it just kind of sat on the back burner with all the other projects and other videos that we had done in the year past. And actually, as of the upload of this on the Friday before Memorial Day weekend here, we're just about a month away from our 2022 summer trip down to Texas, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I know Kayla's excited to go home and see her family. I'm excited to see the family as well and go out and explore. But anyway, I'm excited to share this video to you guys of this mammoth property. This mall is huge. It's the third largest in Tarrant County behind Grapevine Mills and Northeast Mall. It's a wonderful property, and I love the skating rink that you'll see in here later in the video. It's awesome. If I could lace up a pair of blades and get some hockey gear on, I'd be shooting a puck around. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. And also, since it is Memorial Day weekend when this is being uploaded, if you're celebrating a 3-day Memorial Day weekend like I am, or even if you're not, I want to wish you all a very safe and happy and healthy Memorial Day weekend. Don't forget that the reason why we have this weekend in the first place is to remember and mourn the losses of those who fought for our country, for those who didn't make it back home from war, or even those that passed away on other terms. But because of them, we are able to do this. We are able to have our freedom to be able to walk around a mall like this and enjoy it. So if you know anybody out there or have lost anybody in the military, this is a weekend to remember those and Gold Star families and whatnot. So anyway, happy Memorial Day to you guys. With that said, let's get into the history of the Parks Mall at Arlington. The Parks at Arlington opened up in 1988 by the developers of Homart Development Company and Herring Marathon. Original anchor stores were Dillard's, Mervyn's, and Sears. As I had mentioned, this is the third largest shopping mall in Tarrant County at just over 1,510,000 square feet in size, behind Grapevine Mills and Northeast Mall. But that wasn't always the case. At one point in time, the largest mall in the county was the infamous Six Flags Mall, which is long gone. And I'll get into that in a little bit here. But anyway, back onto the Parks at Arlington Mall. In 1989, Dillard's had vertically expanded with another floor to make their store a total of 3 floors rather than 2. In 1990, the mall expanded and Foley's was added as a 4th anchor store, and 5 years later, JCPenney was added as a 5th anchor store. As you can see, the Sears store is closed. Sears closed their doors in 2020. It was odd because when we visited in 2020, the Sears was open under normal operations when we first got to Texas, and by the end of our trip, they announced that they were closing it. So by the last couple of days we were in town, we stopped by and all the liquidation signs were up. And we did a couple of videos there. Actually, I think I just did one, but we did a video there of it under normal operations, which you can find on the channel. And at the end of the video, I showed some clips with the liquidation signs up. Obviously, Sears has not affected this mall at all, just like with the Hewlin Mall. These two malls are extremely busy. They're always overcrowded. And to quote the Dallas Morning News, it is an overcrowded entertainment destination. It is right in the heart of the business district here, right on Cooper Street. You may be familiar with a video I did at the Cooper Street Antique Mall, which was right up the road, as well as a few Dollar Trees and Taco Buenos in previous videos. So it's a very, very busy area, and they have a lot of good places to shop and a lot of great places to eat. One of my favorite restaurants near the mall is Razoo's. Oh my goodness, that fried alligator, delicious. Anyway, we're getting off topic here. Let's get back into the history of this mall. As I had previously mentioned, the mall expanded in 1990 and then 5 years later expanded again with JCPenney. The mall expanded once again in 2002 with the addition of a new wing which would feature Galleons. If I said that correctly, I apologize if I didn't. Galleons, which is now Dick's Sporting Goods, and the Great Indoors. The Great Indoors only lasted a year, however, by closing in 2003 and was taken over by Steve & Barry's in the mid-2000s, only to close a few years later themselves with their troubles. This wing that we're walking down here with the AMC movie theater and the Round 1 entertainment area, Round 1 actually was where the Steve & Barry's was. They took over in 2016 and provided more entertainment in here, as well as the skating rink you're about to see. I thought this was a pretty awesome shot, being allowed to go upstairs like this to overlook the mall and that ice rink. Check that out. And you'll see some more shots of that in a moment. Anyway, getting back on topic about this wing. This wing that we're in currently is the new wing that was added in 2002. It has a pretty bizarre shape to the mall now, which you'll see with the mall map images here momentarily. But first, I want to show you this skating rink. I love it. I remember the first time I walked through this mall and I saw that, I was blown away and immediately wanted to play some hockey. As you can see, they have the ice painted to do so. But when we were there, and every time we visit, they just have open session skates. Pretty cool. Anyway, getting back about this wing, here is a mall map of how it looked prior to the expansion. Looks pretty normal, pretty straightforward. Here's the map of it with the expansion. Kind of bizarre. And on the upper floor, you get that extra corridor because of the food court, which, as you can see it already, has a carousel. I love seeing a carousel in the mall, and especially this one. It's non-stop. It was always running when we were at the mall. The only time I think the carousel got a break was when they closed it for the night. Anyway, when Mervyn's closed in 2006, it was replaced with several new tenants, including Barnes & Noble, the Cheesecake Factory, and Forever 21. As I mentioned earlier, the Sears that closed in 2020, it didn't stay closed very long. In the fall of 2021, it would reopen its bottom floor as a Sears hometown store. Only being a fraction of its original size, the Sears hometown store sells things such as appliances like refrigerators, microwaves, washers and dryers, and they had a lot of miscellaneous parts for things. And I mean, honestly, as badly as I wanted to do a video in there, it really didn't seem worth it. Not to mention, it was very difficult to do because I was the only customer in the store at the time. And the manager, though she was really nice, she was desperate to make a sale. She followed me around all over, asking me if I was interested in anything. And honestly, I didn't need to buy anything while I was there. Being over 1,400 miles away from home, I wasn't planning on buying an appliance that I was going to lug all the way back to Pennsylvania. No offense, but hopefully they're doing well now. Anyway, hope you're enjoying the walk through the food court. It was very, very crowded, even on a weekday afternoon. And people just love to go right out in front of the camera. You may have seen that a couple of times already, and you may see it a couple of times more throughout the rest of this video, but that's okay. That's what happens when you're at a very, very popular mall. Now, people have mentioned on the Hewlin Mall video that I did that it's not so great. This is better. I'm not exactly sure why people say this mall's so much better. I mean, to me, both malls seem wonderful. I really like them both. Really love the carousel, by the way. But yes, I love both malls. People said that the other place is not safe. Meanwhile, every time I've been there, and even though I'm an outsider and I don't know the area quite like the locals, I've always felt completely and perfectly safe. And this mall, same thing. And if you were paying attention as we made our way through the food court out towards the center court area, you may have seen the police officer standing there. So they do have security and officers tend to this mall to keep it safe and secure. And that's how I've always felt here and at Hewlin. Like I said, though, I am an outsider, so I don't know the area as well as the locals, but I've never felt bad at either location. I think sometimes people just like to be naysayers because both areas seem wonderful. Anyway, let's continue on. At one point in time, the Parks at Arlington had a Circuit City, which closed and became Nordstrom Rack, which you'll see later in the video. They are on the lower level underneath of the AMC movie theater. They exist to this day. And as a matter of fact, the biggest stores that they have there today would include Dick's Sporting Goods, Dillard's, JCPenney, Macy's, which took over Foley's, Sears Hometown, and that Nordstrom Rack. In 1994, original developer Homart Development Company was purchased by General Growth Properties, who owned the mall until they were bought out by Brookfield Properties Retail Group, who currently own it today. The Parks Mall hosts more than 22 million visitors per year, it shows, because every time I've gone there, it's always been busy. Like I said, on a weekday, in the middle of the afternoon, you would think it was a weekend here. With that said, that is just 8 million people shy, less than Disneyland at 30 million. Since its opening in 1988, the mall has gone through 6 expansions, including the small shop and department store expansions. It is almost double the size that it was originally. And if you had noticed the decorative art in the center court, that big blue tower, that pillar-looking thing, it was actually designed and installed by world-famous artist Joan Brown, who was known for her decorative obelisks. In preparing the design, she researched the history of the area and incorporated representative items into the design, including the lion's head from downtown Arlington's original water well. The Parks Mall is also one of the top 3 out of 20-plus shopping centers in the DFW area. As I had mentioned earlier in this video, it is the reason why the Six Flags Mall is no more. The neighboring Six Flags Mall opened up in August of 1970 on East Division Street, not all that far away from here, and obviously not too far from Six Flags Amusement Park. That mall in particular flourished very well throughout the 80s until the opening of this mall, which was built to compete with it in 1988. After the opening of this mall, the Six Flags Mall began to struggle. It struggled well into the 90s, with JCPenney closing in 1997. Imagine having 2 JCPenney stores that close together anyway. With that closure, more stores began to close throughout the 2000s, and it eventually closed, and the mall has since been torn down, is gone, and the entire area is being redeveloped. So, if you want to thank anybody on knocking off another mall, it was this one here. However, you could see that this one has done very, very well. At this point, I'm going to sign off. I really thank you all for watching the video. I really thank you all for your support, especially our Patreon supporters that make videos like this possible. With that said as well, I'm looking forward to our next trip in Texas here just a month away. I'm really excited for all the new videos that we're going to get to put together. And if you live in the DFW area, get ready, guys. And if you have any suggestions for videos that you'd like me to try and film while we're down there, put them in the comments below. I'll try to get to them if I can. We'll be there for 2 weeks around the 4th of July. I cannot wait. I'm very excited. But anyway, on that note, again, I want to wish you all a very happy, safe, and healthy Memorial Day. If you're working, please don't work too hard. Make the best out of your work shift and enjoy your time off whenever you get it. And hopefully it won't be raining where you're at. It's supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow, but then the skies look good for the rest of the weekend, so I cannot complain. Anyway, take care, everybody. Thanks for watching again, see you on the next one. And with that said, take care, stay awesome. And since Kayla's working and couldn't really contribute to this video, unfortunately, have a Parks Mall-licious day. And check out that tower again. I love that beautiful artwork. Thank you, Joan Brown.